Bring AF in there.
It is. It is. I'm gonna help the white balance. Hi, Kitty.
Hi, Carmel.
I feel like I just saw you.
I know it wasn't that long ago, was it?
No, it was mere hours.
What are you drinking?
Today, I am drinking a New Zealand-inspired beverage. Oh my God, these birds are so loud.
Freaking birds! You're too charming.
All right, true story, and then I'll tell you about my New Zealand beverage. When I first moved to Virginia 12 years ago, Jesus God, I remember it was very sunny one morning, and I woke up and I rolled over from my partner, and the sun was like in my eyes, and the birds were so goddamn loud. And I yelled, "Is it always sunny in Virginia?" Just couldn't handle it. Hey, just some guy, Tennessee. So this.
Wait. I want to comment on Hi, just some guy, what you just said. So that story that you're describing, the birds are singing and the sun is shining, and I picture you like a Disney princess rolling over, looking out to the sun, and about to start singing a song, and instead you scream, "Is it always sunny in Virginia?"
Yeah,
that's how I pictured that.
That's about it. That's true. That's true. Hi, Sally.
Hi, Sally.
So this drink is filtered water, fresh mint from the yard, and a stick of cinnamon. And if you just do that, they do that at all the cafes in New Zealand. Like, that's how they give you water for the table, is in a pitcher full of herbs. And it's really tasty, but it also, hi, Bill, and Sir David Percival, and Reverend Tommy.
Hey, guys.
If you put a stick of cinnamon in your drinking water, it smooths it out. It makes it this sensation of drinking it really, really smooth. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to do that. And then I had like a little bit left over from this like uber expensive raw juice, blood orange and black pepper and beet situation. So I just threw it in here to make it look fancy and match my carnivorous flower throne. And here we are. What are you drinking?
I am drinking cheap British tea.
Hey, there you go.
And I even put cream and sugar in it this morning.
you had enough wherewithal to dress it up a little bit, put some earrings on it.
Just barely.
All right. Good British or cheap British tea can also be made really good by putting cocktail bitters in it.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it's a very fast fix for low quality tea.
Yeah. You know what's funny though is it's not bad. Like it's still good. It's really cheap, but I like it, and I've been consuming it by the box full.
Nice. I'm for it. We've had that conversation before.
Mm-hmm.
What are you working on?
I do have my fancy lavender Earl Grey that I take that one out every now and then. If I drink it every day, then it's not a special.
Agreed. And then you run out of it faster.
That too.
Yeah. Can you hear me okay? I haven't used this mic in a minute. There's no echo?
Mm-mm.
Great. Perfect.
How about me?
No, you sound great.
Cool. My fancy mic is with all of the Nat 21 equipment packed up with Paulo stuff. So I'm using a good old laptop, which is what you guys have been listening to me through for most of Nat 21.
You sound
and now
good,
I have
though.
a fancy mic, and Paulo and I are sharing it because we can't figure out how to make sound work in the giant great hall. We're just using one mic.
It's tricky. That space is tricky.
Yeah, it's literally a great hall.
There is no echo. There is only Kitty. Honey and Lemon fixes cheap tea. Yep. Out of long gin and yummy matcha teas. Yeah. Sometimes spritz hot hibiscus syrup. Oh, hell yeah. And that's the sweetness. Like hibiscus is a really good source of vitamin C. It's really tangy. And so you can, that'll hit all your spots, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
All your T-spots.
What is hibiscus not good on or in?
I don't have any answer for that. It's the flower of the Pacific. But what you working on?
So I have Moop to finish, and I need to draw stupid faces on masks for Watch You All Went show.
Yay!
Although, oh God, I can't believe it. Okay, so a friend of mine, one of the other wenches, and her boyfriend, uh, took a picture of her face and edited it to fit on a mask, sent it to Redbubble, and got the mask. And she was like, "Oh my God, it's hilarious! You should do this." Because for those of you who don't know, the Washmo wenches, they're one of the iconic things about them is that we black out some of our teeth, so we just look, we're clowns basically, Renaissance clowns. And so like to wear a mask and cover that up is such a travesty. So our workarounds are we've got the window masks, which are hilarious, but they're awful because like it's just a piece of plastic plastered to your face in the summer. So then, and we've got the draw our faces on the standard mask, and then so I went ahead and got one of the Redbubble. It's a picture of my actual mouth.
That's great.
And I want to show it to you, but I left it in the other room. I'd have to run away and go get it. If I have to go pee or something, I'll grab it.
Sure. Great.
What are you working on?
I have a couple of mending projects in my continuous, I'm going to move up to Baltimore or Philly area in the next few months. I have to cull a lot of my costumes and my clothes. I'm actually sending you a dress via Onsa Post.
Yay!
I'm bringing it to New Jersey because I'm just assuming you'll be there.
I am going to be there.
Great.
There's nothing
can stop you.
It is written.
It is written. So I'm going to be it's Glamour Hobo Post. I will be bringing it to you.
Yay.
But I have a lot of stuff that I've acquired over the last 2.5 years here at Awesome Town. And so some of it is I really love this, but it has needed to be mended for so long that if I don't prioritize it now, I'm never going to prioritize it. So I have some these Katharine Hepburn Fever Dream trousers need to be hemmed, the hem ripped out of them. And then the other big thing is my new stays. Ta-da! I got some, they're actually 1750s style stays,
wow.
But they could be as old as Elizabethan. My friend from Diamond and Shadow Apparel made them, and they are too big for her, so she never finished the binding on them. But they fit me perfectly, and so I was like, "Hey, let me finish those," and so she gave them to me. But I'm gonna actually put in this is the front. You can see that she actually finished it. That's what's happening here. That is the front, but I'm going to actually open it up and put in eyelets so that it can be laced in the front, because straight lacing in the back, unless you have a ladies' maid, it's fucking hard. So / impossible. So I'm going to put some runs up the front and do all of this bottom bit, all this petally bitness in a red binding tape. So they will be red and purple stays. When I wear them, I feel like a space pirate time traveler.
Oh,
yeah, because they're made out of the boning is actually made of zip ties. So it which is the closest equivalent to whalebone that we have essentially. So they're super flexible and they hit at the waist, so I can actually duck and roll and jump off of trains. Normal Time Lord pirate glamour hobo shit.
Yeah. What else? I'm sure a whip can probably be involved somewhere in there.
Totally a whip. So so that's my bigger project. I have a bunch of meetings today, so this will be a really lovely use your hands, make something, move a little slower kind of a situation. Tell me how your how your life back in Renaissance fair world is feeling.
God, I say this on stage at the beginning of every show that I do not have the words to express how much I've missed playing with an audience who's actually in front of me. Not that I don't love playing with you guys. I love it. But when you're right there and you're all laughing and being weird together and I could see your faces. Oh my God, it's
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 everything.
nice. Yeah. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been interesting with the COVID regulation workarounds that we've come up with. I have one of them right here actually.
Please.
So for a lot of our show, we have audience members up on stage with us.
Uh-huh.
And so we've kind of figured out how to make it where like they'll stay. I hope you guys don't hear that loud ass garbage truck back there. It's very distracting.
It's something, but it's not distracting.
Okay, good. So we've been doing things where we'll have the volunteers stand, a certain distance away. They can't come up on the stage. But there's one of our bits where it's like, oh, it's just not the same if we can't, be next to him and touch him and poke him a little bit and stuff. So we have started using an alternative.
Nice.
This is his chest, by the way.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This is John 2.0 because we loved the first one to death during the first couple of weekends and he popped.
To death.
Yeah.
To death.
And we dress him up and tickle his tummy and do all the things we do. I assume a lot of people watching have seen the Watching While shows. They know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I have not seen it since I was a small child.
That's the best time to see it.
Yeah.
Get that good influence in on early.
Yeah, you don't get all the jokes, but you're laughing hysterically anyways.
Yeah.
It has been a long time. And there was a at my home fair, which is the Geneva Fair, the Great Lakes Medieval Fair up in Ohio. There were a group of 3 women who would sing bawdy songs, and they were just kind of like bar wenches / pirates. And I cannot remember the name of the group, but they were not Washing Well wenches. They were something else, but it was a lot of the same songs that I only have like fragments of in my memory now. Roll your leg over, oh, roll your leg over, roll your leg over, it's better that way. Like, I don't remember the rest of the verses, but I remember that, and I learned that when I was 10. Like,
that's great.
Fuck if I know what they were singing about.
How many women was it? Do you remember 3. How many? 3?
3, sometimes up to 4, but
I wonder who that was.
3. I remember it being like the something wenches or the. It was very similar, but it's in the way back of my brain. I have this specific memory of Purity, Chastity, and Virtue, the song. And like it's the 2 women saying purity, chastity, and the other woman would come forward and virtue, and the first woman just dying, laughing, and going, "You sound like a foghorn!" Like that is in my brain forever. This like one instance from 20 years ago of a person laughing and saying, "You sound like a foghorn." So I don't know about you, but I have little crackles of memory like that about a lot of shit. Commercials, shows I've seen, music, conversation I had with a stranger 8 years ago. Is it just me?
No. I'm trying to think of some examples like that. Like I know I have one, but of course right now my brain is like, haha, just kidding. We're not gonna give you any memories to share. What are you thinking? Drink more tea. Stab
Yeah.
yourself with that needle.
Reverend Tommy says, I helped cause mayhem at a Wendt show once.
I'll bet you did.
Right.
Uh,
Someone asked about Death by Snoo Snoo to your blow up doll man.
yeah. I actually I call him Nick because he has this, not this one, the old one. That one is elsewhere, but he had this vague resemblance to Nicolas Cage, but not really. And so, like on the package, their name is John, but I called him Nick because he had a Nick Cage thing going on, and it just made it easier. Like the expression on his face was atrocious in the greatest way.
He's got a National Treasure vibe.
Yeah,
Who knows?
but with like if like a Mexican Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Ansa says, I am the modern model of a something. Yeah, basically. That's normal. When I was growing up, my mother would always remember the melody, and I would always remember the lyrics of songs that we learned.
That's convenient. Teamwork.
Yeah, it was. Although she constantly argued with me about what key I was in. I'm like, I don't know, lady, what are keys?
I'm 5. What are you talking about?
I'm 5. Yeah, basically. So I'm glad that you're getting the live audience again. That's important.
Yeah. It's nice. It's fueling. It's mental health.
Yeah. I would love one of those. I would love a live audience, but a lot of the work that I do and I choose to make is really close. It's really intimate stuff. Yeah. So it's like, we're in a room together. There are 20 of us in a room, a living room or a kitchen instead of like a big theater space. But I am working on a new show. It is debuting at the Cleveland Borderlight Fringe Festival in mid-July, thereabouts. And it's an immersive audio experience about the kingdom of Hypnos. So it'll be like a 20-minute immersive thing where you go into this tent that I've decorated like a subterranean lair with like purple light and like flowering vines. And I will be dressed as Mnemosyne, the goddess / personification in Greek culture of memory and remembrance, because she lives down there. And I will put the headphones on your head and a blindfold on your eyes, and you will be taken on an audio journey with my voice to the place where apparently slumber lives, like the king of sleep, whose name is Hypnos. Lives in a cave in the underworld. And I kind of love the mythology about him because he's a benign ruler. He actually watches over 60% of humanity's life. He has no agenda. He just wants people to sleep well. Unlike a Zeus or a Kronos who's like, if you're in my way, I'm going to eat you or fuck you up in some way. Like Hypnos
and bang everything.
Yeah, and bang everything. Hypnos is like, why not nap? Why not nap?
Like him.
Yeah, love him. His kids are, the dreams. The Honoroi are they're all called the Honoroi. They are dreams, and they bring you your dreams. So
I need to have a talk with some of them then.
Sure. I actually say hello to them sometimes.
I've been having some weird dreams, but I blame the wind.
You blame the wind?
I have a pop-up trailer.
Uh-huh.
And right now it's parked in the middle of like farmland in Texas. And
okay.
No, it's not. It's not okay.
that was That was sarcasm.
Yeah. So, I just like I love Paulo. I love him and I love hanging out with him. But I can't wait for him to leave this freaking fair because he's letting me take over his room when he's gone.
Nice. Nice.
I'm kidding. I really will miss him. Like he's one of my favorite people. It's cool that we get to do this fair together.
I believe I remember hearing you shout, "You're hogging all the Paulo!" across the phone one time. Like he was talking to somebody else, and from another point in the house or from another part of the call, like you were like, "You're hogging all the Paulo!" And I was in another room. I was like, "What? Oh, okay."
I don't remember that, but I believe you.
Right. Hold down the fort. I gotta find the red binding tape.
Okay. I need some warding. I do. Oh my god. Like you don't even know. I'll tell you more later. But yeah, it's been creepy. It's been loud and creepy and hard to sleep. And that's okay. Soon I'm gonna slumber gently forever and ever, and I'm gonna sleep till 10 a.m. All right, somebody say something else so that I have something to talk about because I can't even think of what to talk about. How about that show last night? We
Crazy person.
There was a crazy person.
Putting on armor. You'll just sink to the bottom of the sea, merfolk or not.
Well, she doesn't have to wear it in the ocean. But she's gonna have a tail soon, hopefully, if we find all of the pieces that we need. I actually can't find the piece of paper that I wrote down what we have to find. One of them was the trident, I think. And then there was a chalice and a conch, maybe?
The chalice from the palace is the brew that is true.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. So what? Oh, Jesus Christ. It was behind my computer the whole time. Come on.
Whoopsie.
Whoops.
Yeah, I have I need to
Trident
go
bowl
find
shell. Trident bowl shell.
trident bowl shell. Okay, I was close. I said
Also, Ansa mentioned I can help with warding if you need some warding help for your sleeping.
yes, definitely. I've got another week in the spot where I'm at, and I swear it's haunted. Y'all, it's haunted.
We can talk about it.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, we can just talk about it.
I don't want
We
to
don't have
bring
talk about it
everybody
here.
down.
We can talk about it after.
Oh, okay.
That's not I mean, we can talk about it now, but I feel like it feels a little personal.
Let's talk about bright and cheery things though. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna finish this moop. But then I realized I went and found all the tools that I need and brought them here. But the very first tool that I need to get started is I need to get pliers to chop the little thing a little shorter because it's too long.
Mm-hmm. I have some pliers, but I don't think I can help you.
Yeah. Well,
they're in my work kit. Actually, they're in my like sewing kit. Because when I travel, I have all of my tiny tools in one spot, and then I forget that they're all together, and then I look around everywhere else for my pliers.
Yeah, the only reason I haven't gone to get them yet is because I used them last week, and I don't have physical memory of me putting them back in the place where they go, which means they might not be back in the place where they go.
Right.
And so they could be just next to that little drawer, or they could be in Valhalla. I don't know.
Valhalla. That'd be very serious. It'd be a very serious shift. Location, I'm just saying.
I was just a pair of pliers, minding my own business, ready to use my needle nose for whatever it was needed for, and the little cutty thing at the back of me. And then all of a sudden, now I'm surrounded by women and drink, and they keep asking me to tell them stories of my battles. And I'm like, I just cut wire, dude.
I feel like that is a little 100-mile story if I've ever heard one. Speaking of which, brief self-promotion. My podcast will be coming back for its 3rd season, first week of May. It took a month off after its 2nd season, and now it will be coming back. It will be returning.
Hooray!
Hooray! I wanted to have it ready by May Day, which is in 2 days, which is not going to happen, not even a little bit. So I think I'm actually going to celebrate International Workers' Day as a holiday. Like I'm going to either do work like on behalf of other workers, like give to mutual aid societies or like give to Southern Poverty Law Center or like things like that. I'm going to do some burning of capitalist patriarchies. Like, I don't know, but it needs something that's not just like, oh, hey, it's May Day. It's also Beltane, if you're a Beltane person, you know. But I would, I feel like, I was just listening to a podcast about this, actually. If anybody is into podcasts, I highly recommend The Heart is a Cauldron by Catherine Fink. And she has a most recent episode all about, you know, she usually talks about folk tales, folklore, and animism, you know, by season and lunation. And she chose this one to not talk about Beltane, but to talk about workers' rights and International Workers' Day. So if I didn't have a crush on her before, I definitely have one on her now. So I highly recommend it. And I would like to actually make it a holiday, like make it a real observation of workers' rights, but, you know, with action, not just cake or pie. Pie is important.
Could there be action and pie? And
there can be action and pie. Celebration and action. You can do both.
This is really hard to do in the backwards video.
You can look away, although a mirror isn't going to help either.
No, a mirror helps because then if I go this way, if my hand goes this way, the line goes this way. But
that's true.
In the video, the way it shows it to us.
I think you can turn off mirroring in your advanced settings, or turn off or turn on, whatever. I think you can adjust it so that it's actually
in StreamYard?
I think so.
What?
Can try.
Well, I'm not going to try right now.
Madame will be drinking mead in honor of working folks. Well, that's a good idea, actually, because of bees. If mead is made of honey and worker bees made it, I think that'd be nice. I'm for it. I don't like mead very much, but I think that'll be good. What's anybody else doing for International Workers' Days out there in the chat? Bill will be hosting festivities for Star Wars Days. Well, I guess it is the closest Saturday. Tuesday is May 4th. So I wonder what will happen in the show.
Oh, there have been a lot of Star Wars jokes lately.
Mm-hmm.
I think Louis probably has a lot to do with that. Well, Apollo too.
Oh, Magnus says actually
we all
join
do.
a union.
We all do it.
Magnus says actually join a union. If I had a union to join, I would. If I had a co-op to join, I would. I will admit that my attempt to essentially start a workers' co-op was sadly underinformed, but also COVID had its own plans. So we had the best of intentions, but it was for a collective of 4 women who are all performers to do our better work and start really experimenting with like, what does a workers co-op for performers and producers actually mean and look like? And it got derailed by a very swift change of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Most co-ops who are already established at the time of the pandemic are fine. Like they lasted and they're fine because they are bulletproof when they are working. But we sadly were not up on that level. Unsa's gonna burn it all down for May Day. Percival's saving his drinking for May 5th. Why May 5th?
Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, right. I actually don't know the origin of Cinco de Mayo. Like, can someone tell me the actual reason why we're meant to participate other than drinking? Because that's not a reason. It's not a cultural reason. It's Revenge of the 5th. It's May the 4th be with you and Revenge of the 5th.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Right. Battle of Puebla. Okay. Sir Whitebat, would you like to continue to inform us about the Battle of Puebla? Because I don't know anything. I can't forget the Alamo because I never learned about the Alamo. Renaissance Fair's Worker Union. You know, a lot of people have tried or are interested in trying. I have my own opinions about that, but I'm not technically a Renaissance Fair worker, so you'd have to ask someone more engaged, like a Kitty Chaos.
That sounds like grown-up stuff to me. And as you can see, I'm coloring right now, so I'm very busy. And
Fair enough.
no, I don't know. I'm not incredibly civically minded.
Oh, Bill now mentioned the next incarnation of the May joke, the May puns is "This is the May" for the Mandalorians. It is never ending.
No spoilers. I still haven't seen it yet.
Oh no!
I will eventually.
The internet is here to enable you to not bother adulting, according to Reverend Tommy.
Thanks, Tommy.
All right, so let's see if I can do this without driving myself crazy.
Honestly, I think Cookie is more of a grown-up than I am because at least she does her laundry.
Who are we talking about? I have lost track of the thread.
Cookie's my Watching Well Wench character's name.
Ah, gotcha. I'm going to attempt to do a hand running stitch that will keep this binding in place, but who knows? Might just be folly. My friend who gave this to me, who's a real costumer, not a fake Frankenstein costumer like I am, was like, yeah, I machine stitched one side and then I hand finished it on the other side. And I'm like, I ain't got time for that. I don't want to get out the machine. I can't imagine using the machine that I have to like go around all these like petal shapes. That sounds like murder.
Yeah, I wish that sewing machines came handheld. Like you just like
some do. You know, I saw one once because it looks like a machine gun. In India, they, for a lot of their like big embroidery projects and sewing projects, they actually have a handheld. It looks like a jigsaw.
Nice.
And it does. Hey, there's Madame Matza.
Hi. You look beautimous today.
Oh, thank you. I'm coated in gardening sweat. So this is my Rosie the Riveter look.
That's the look of the people.
That's right. Yes, I'd like to talk about revolution while finally getting my okra in the ground.
Yay!
So White Bat came back with more about the
Okay,
Battle of Puebla. Small Mexican force beat larger French Empire force. Second Battle of Puebla, Mexico lost. More of a big deal in the U.S. than in Mexico.
No, of course.
That's my understanding, is because it's been co-opted to be a drinking holiday. That's why it's a bigger deal here.
Tell us about the revolution, Ansa.
First, here's what I'm doing since I'm sneaking on right now.
Yes, please.
Speaking of the Ren Fair, I still do have those clothes, which I was wearing my little snow cone bloomers today because it's like 88 here today.
Yep.
And but look, I've had a significant elastic failure. Like, I'm not sure what
no.
It's like my elastic suddenly decided it wants to be fringe, and it's not a good look. So I'm trying to rethread my costume / my clothes. So that's my immediate like arty task. I guess the only way that like subverts the dominant paradigm is that, you know, I'm like repairing some shit that was already upcycled.
And you're using elastic so you don't have to have a lady's maid.
Yeah, for sure. So that's otherwise instead of cute little bloomers, I will have this like awkward green tube around my leg. Well, it's a very Carmel sort of color, you know. Given that the other one is not like that, I would look like I belong on the clothesline at the Washing Well Went stage.
Right.
I'm making domestic repairs. That's my.
Yep.
I did go out and put things in the garden, which is funny because, you know, I generally like Hollow's really the gardener. I'm not the gardener, but because of the way that the fair cycle shifted this year because of COVID, like we started all these plants and now he's gone. So like I got to get him in the ground. What's happening with your face? Oh my gosh, are those your cookie mouth?
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
I love that you found flesh-colored masks.
I think I drew this one a little too low. I was like, let me see if I can just guess it instead of putting it on.
It does look a little
Thanks.
You could put on lipstick and then put the mask on and just will follow the marking from the inside.
So now that Ansa's here, I'm gonna go and find those pliers, and I'm gonna go and find the Redbubble My Own Face printed mask.
Yes.
nice, awesome.
BRB.
Yeah, I'll hang out here for a sec. Magnus also said there it was, the confession that Kitty and Cookie are one and the same. I don't think Cookie believes that. So I made a haiku on Sunday on behalf of Thecla because, of course, Romulus wasn't there. So we were just sort of like, quick. If only Sally AE could take this over because we need some really good haikus fast. So, so I made one about Kitty and her alter ego. And I can't remember, but I mashed all their names up into, it was like, Kit, Cook, Ek, Ziesel. So I made one that encompassed everything and was still 5 syllables. So that was that was my literary feat. Do you remember what it was, Kitty? No, you don't remember anything.
What?
When I did the haiku about all of your characters, it was something like, Kitty's many aliases, Kit, Cook, Ziesel. I forget. I had a name for you that was all of your names together.
Oh, I do remember that, but I don't remember what it was.
Right. Kit, Cook, Zies.
Like a
confession that Kitty and Cookie are one and the same. Cookie does not believe that. No, Cookie has no idea what's going on.
She lives in a bubble.
I really, really want to go watch that Sunday haiku wrap up, and part of me doesn't.
Why?
Because it was after a wench day, and I was wasted. I mean, Cookie was wasted.
She'll take the blame. She'll take the fall.
Right? Thecla would like to hear the pages and pages of fanfic that you promised, Cookie.
Oh my God, yes.
You were like clutching all this paper to your face, or she was saying, "Oh, I'm a huge fan. I brought a little fan fiction as before you started like tearing Polo's notebooks apart or whatever was happening." It was super cute.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely am gonna have to go back and watch this. Cause like, and it's part of like not even just like, okay, yeah, the audience brought us like 7 beers in our last show, but also like I do a brain switch. Like she like takes over and like just goes and like so I'll still be her after like
I'm
the
sure.
show's over sometimes.
Maybe Cookie's the one who's haunting you.
Right?
Oh my God. She's far too sweet for that. She's
Cookie
not
was well
sinister.
lubricated. Sally says it was hysterical. I still hurt. And just some guy from Tennessee said Cookie liked the unicorn on the cob. Yeah, you lost your shit. Remember that? You
Nope.
said- yeah, so they sent like an awesome box full of things to go into future adventures, and one of them was a unicorn on the cob. It made a unicorn that, and then like separately printed like corn on the cob patterns that were wrapped around it. So it was like, yeah, unicorn on the cob. Cookie
That
was
does kind of sound familiar.
You would have totally loved it. I'm sure your friend Cookie.
I
can-
bet.
You want it to be true, and that's enough.
It
I
was
can't believe Cookie didn't tell me about these things.
She was busy.
Okay,
Busy trying to all the stuff she threw out the trailer.
are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh my God, did I tell you? No, I can't tell. I'm not going to tell the story now. I'll tell you later.
About how you went looking for them, but Paulo had already cleaned them up.
Yes, and then I couldn't find it, and
We
I
heard
was
it from
just,
him.
like, yeah, I was like he. He was off doing other stuff, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get that notebook. Like I changed out of my costume. I was like, I'm gonna go get that notebook, and I couldn't find it, and it was dark, and it was just like the woods back there, and so like I'm just wandering around in the woods using my phone for a flashlight, like crying because I can't find the notebook that I threw out the door because I thought it was funny.
Oh my
It
God.
was funny. But yeah, the moral of the story
Because
apparently is that he had already picked it up because, I guess it didn't
Yeah.
go far.
Yeah, eventually he came back out there and like I guess he was wondering why I didn't go join the rest of the people hanging out. And he came back and was like, what are you doing? I was like, I can't find it.
I'm sorry to laugh at you, but that is funny as shit.
No, it's hilarious.
It seems like, again, like one of those gift of the magi things where you're like, what the hell, what a waste of everyone's trying to do the right thing, and meanwhile poor Kitty's like ruining a perfectly good buzz by having a meltdown.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah. That is unsettling.
It really
Yeah,
is.
I know. And it's like off center too. So it's like
Yeah.
like I guess I can tweak the thingies. But like yeah. So I don't even
It's like
know.
you ran into something.
Yeah, I don't know if it's funny or if it's unpleasant.
It's both. It can
I
be
cannot
both.
decide.
We
It
like
can
it.
be both.
It's pretty clear to me that Carmel needs to do that same thing because, her lips are among her top 5 most prominent facial features. And anytime she has to wear a mask, we lose something. Oh my God, look at her mouth even moves.
Oh my God, that is so unsettling and perfect.
It makes her look a little bit like a Vogon from the movie of,
Yep.
Hitchhiker's Guide. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
I wish the nose was centered because I'm gonna be putting this on and off all day, not paying attention.
hey, you probably could, lengthen the elastic on one side or something if you were.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tweak it right now.
All right, I think I have repaired mine bloomers.
Great.
I was like, I've been taking, 3 showers a day, getting in and out of the garden and the chicken coop and everything. I was like, I just can't even. So as long as nobody sniffs me, I'm fine. Look at that. Oh, that is. And with your bangs, man, that's really a bold choice.
Well, picture the,
Yes, of course. Well, your bangs are such a great, for your real life, it's such a cute little kind of Betty Page-ish choice. It's like, ooh, a grown woman with bangs. Are you, a pinup model or a mortician? What are you? Oh, you're a beer clown. Okay.
A beer clown. That's not untrue.
There's an
Yeah.
alternate universe where I got to be a washing well wench, but that would have had to have happened before I could no longer drink beer.
Mm-hmm.
There,
If they
we
drank
do have-
cider-
there's ways around it. We do have wenches that don't drink.
Oh,
Well, I think we have one.
it's got to be tricky. Just means
Yeah.
the people that you're with have to drink everything, I guess.
Or is there a cider option?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be me.
We did some extreme drunken Olympics one time, and there was a lot of that, like, random beer chugging stuff. And I was like, I can do all of the feats of strength and whimsy, but I have to drink cider. So they found a way to work my limitations in so I could party with the cool kids.
Nice.
Yes.
I don't know if the cool kids are drinking beer. I think the cool kids are drinking craft cider and cocktails.
Well, not at an outdoor camping festival.
That's true.
Pretty much whatever came out of the cooler. Just some guy from Tennessee. I always say just some guy in Tennessee or from Tennessee. I always feel the need to add a word that's not there.
Yep.
Sorry, friend. The horn on the unicorn and the cob. The unicorn was also a corn cob. If we look at it close, they say you can actually see that there's butter pat on there.
Oh my God.
As well. And so I don't know if this was clear to you, just some guy, but Paulo's on the road for months. So I'm actually going to drive down and meet him in an in-between state between this fair and the next fair and hand off a bunch of things. So if you've shipped stuff for Nat 21 that needs, for example, the folks who were good enough to send all the like backstory and the written prose stuff and all of those 3D miniatures and bonus bananas, all that stuff, I'm going to be doing a handoff to him on like May 9th, I think, or something like that. So if anybody's trying to get anything to him at this point, send it to me rather than sending it to the Texas address, because I guess Kitty could open it then at that point because she'll still be there. But he will be in motion is the moral of the story. So
Yeah, send it to the Awesome Town mailbag. That's the safest bet.
yeah, for the Nowskis.
For my stuff, for his stuff, for any of the games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Last year, we were supposed to have a washing wench as our queen last year at Parf. What? Like,
That'd be amazing.
not in persona. Like, was it a person doing both jobs? Or are you saying, like, you actually wanted a washing well wench to be the queen?
Was it a like queen for a day situation?
So it's the actress that does the Washerwell Wench.
Ah,
Oh, really? Okay. That's cool.
I was gonna say, because that's what like carnival time would do in cultures, would be like it was the upending of the norm, so that the fools and the peasants would become the king, would be chosen to be the king for the day or the queen for the day, and then the king and the queen would have to do low level work.
Sure.
Or, like
I don't wanna
dress
speak-
like a peasant.
I don't want to speak out of turn. I could be wrong. Maybe she was doing it as the wench. I just kind of assumed when I heard the news that she was just playing the queen, because she is a very regal looking woman too. But
Playing queen, but actually,
but now that we're talking about it, I don't know for a fact that she isn't doing the queen as a washing well wench.
That would be
be pretty
Awesome.
cool.
awesome.
If
Some
you
of you guys probably know this, but a bunch of years ago, Paulo became jester of a castle in England. And what happens when you win that competition is for April Fools. They actually have a feast in the castle. All of Paulo's family flew from here. They have a big dinner, and the people who own Muncaster actually served the food.
They did the topsy-turvy.
They did the whole thing. They actually, and the flag of the castle, they hang it upside down on that day, which is why if you notice the painting of Muncaster that we have, the flag is upside down to show that the fool's in charge. And his like super military brother, he made him the minister of recycling for the day. His like, good-natured art brother, he made him in charge of the like hypothetical army. They did that in the castle and reversed all of the things.
That's so cool. I didn't know that they managed that.
Yeah, because our bunch of our old pictures came up. I actually just found a picture of the lordish and ladyish of the castle with my mom when she was alive. So
Oh.
kind of awesome. They came here. They were very surprised to come to Virginia and find a picture of their castle. They're like, good Lord. And they were wearing Renaissance Festival costumes, and not like traditional, like actual, we have a castle and these are our real historic clothes. Like they had like Ren Fair garb. It was really funny. Like they live in a castle, but they went to like, you know, the Ren Fair store to buy their clothes. It was really cute.
So funny.
Unexpected, let's just say. So anyway, Lord and Lady business.
I think
Business.
if someone can confirm or deny that there is a fair that does carnival, like the idea of like turn it all upside down and like have a parade, a mask parade, and does anybody do that?
That would be awesome.
Kitty, do you have any idea? You're in this industry.
No idea.
I think it would be, I would love it. As a patron, I'm just going to say, whoever is listening who might be in charge of those things,
Right?
that's a good idea and you should do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta say that's pretty cool.
It's historically accurate, but still whimsical as fuck. You know, I think it'd be very, very cool.
That's the name of the fair that I'm gonna host, by the way, is Whimsical as Fuck.
Whimsical as fuck. That's right. Didn't we talk about that once, Ansa? That it was like we would have a adventure fair. It would be like a whimsy adventure fair.
Yeah, that's, you know, my favorite days at festivals are always the like time traveler days, you know, when there's space for the Wookiees and the, you know, Amelia Pons, and God, just looking at Kitty's face, it's so surreal.
This is very serious business. I'm making art and costuming.
Yeah, I just made my pants fit. I mean, you know, that counts.
That's serious business.
That's serious
Have you
business.
ever tried to do a day's work with pants that don't fit, either too big or too small? I'm gonna tell you.
You ever tried to run in a snow cone machine with your elastic failing? It's a death trap.
Yes, it is a torturous experience.
Yeah, and I actually think the Da Vinci snow cone machine may be coming out of the tarp. It's been under wraps literally since leaving Sherwood last year, but it may be coming out for somebody's wedding. In which case, I'll need to find why they're doing like a Renaissance wedding at a vinery. What's the word? Winery.
Vineyard.
Vineyard. Thank you. Here, and I was like, oh, I should have clothes to wear, like these pants that need repair. So, we have a couple comments there. Tommy said it would have been epic to have the Queen challenge Izzy to a chug off.
Ooh.
Yes.
Also, I'd just be happy to see Alex Stompley interact with a washing well wench as the Queen. He'd be like, well, you know, he's so good.
Wait, now I want to see Alex Pompley as the queen.
Every day. That's the version of history that I prefer. And then Bill says, my dream is to start a Ren Fair set in the Viking Age. There's a really good costumer at Parf for that. The Midnight Orchid people have a whole line of Viking clothes.
That's where you got your bloomers from too.
Yeah, that's right. Although these are not my Viking bloomers, but yes, they make a lot of my fancy deads. And then Tommy says we can have Carnival and at 21 Con.
We totally can.
And Bill says my favorite day is Steampunk Sunday.
I'm Sir Whitebat. I'm not sure what I'm reading here. One of our former faculty member dresses in Victorian garb / Doctor Who costume all the time. I was busy doing laundry when he showed up at the dinosaur dig for Community Day, so I missed it. He's currently working on his PhD in England. Explain yourself. What is Dinosaur Day? Dinosaur Dig Community Day. What do you do? Are you a paleontologist or an archaeologist?
I know that song. I'm a paleontologist. It's what I am. It's what I am. It's what I am. Super cute.
Is that one of the They Might Be Giants?
Yes. The video is awesome. It's the two guys from They Might Be Giants and their friend, they say, and our buddy who likes to pretend he's a paleontologist. The guy's totally a paleontologist. It's super cute. I like digging in the dirt. Anyway, yes, I would like to know also. And also the thing about, even if you just watched The Dig, Sir Whitebat, as you probably did, you know, about digging up that whole hoard in England, like
Saxon Horde.
Old-fashioned clothes look hot.
Yeah.
I
Both
had to
meanings.
community college and an apprentice paleontologist during the summer. Amateur is kind of a dirty word in paleo. All right.
Oh.
Everyone brace yourselves. I'm about to interact with super glue. Probably going to be fine.
She's going to glue her hand to the screen and be
Or
like
probably.
That's done.
Probably going to be fine.
That's me with hot glue. No matter how clever I think I am, by the end, I've burned myself with hot glue.
Yeah.
It just-
Yeah. That's just what happens.
Yeah.
Back to earlier subject, Carmel isn't being a hobo kind of like being a member of a union. No,
No dues.
it's not.
There are no dues.
It is the opposite. It is we the traveling performer peeps are all Glamour Hobo Nation. We are a defined community, but we are not I would not say that we function like a union. I don't feel protected against
Just to be clear,
wage
I don't
theft.
function like a confederacy either. Because
Yeah.
those clowns.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm protected against wage theft by my fellows. It's I would love some sort of collective bargaining for us to all have healthcare, but the majority of us don't. And that's
Rather than a union, it's more like being in a gang, like an
it's more
extended.
like being in a gang.
Yeah, it's like an extended family where you hopefully are sharing information and saving each other's backs and all that stuff.
And our emoji sigil language hasn't caught on for the modern era quite yet. But 2 years ago, I had a conversation with a friend of mine who's a magician out in Las Vegas about like what would Glamour Hobo language look like, or a Glamour Hobo alphabet. And sadly, it's not my favorite, but it would be emoji.
Oh, yeah.
And it would be things like, is this venue trustworthy? Will they pay you on time? Is the house that you're being put up in to stay clean? Do they have dogs or children?
How sticky is the floor?
Yeah, how sticky is the floor? Are the kids homeschooled? Is this one of those like, you're so welcome to stay with us, and you think you're going to be alone in a house, but you actually live with their dogs, their cats, their homeschooled children, and their chickens? Like, what kind of a crash situation is this?
Do they expect you to entertain every night?
Right.
Or do you get to sleep between shows?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Like, does this place have laundry? Does this place have a shower? For venues, things like that.
For like, what is the green room like? Because
is there a green room?
Bands don't think about that because they're like, they just need a space. I should say, bands at a certain level. You just need a space to like store your stuff in between shows or beer or whatever. But if you're showing up with like, long feather-covered peignoirs, a band's green room can be catastrophic for like a burlesque performer or something. You're like, yeah. I need a safe surface to put down my expensive things,
Yeah, or like
that's that idea of professional. This is a really important point for artists of every kind. Is the notion of professional means different things.
Yep.
Kitty is a professional performer. It is literally her job, and she doesn't even need to profess to do it. She actually does it. She goes and does the thing, but so is Pavarotti. Like, we can agree that like what professional looks like in the job of being Cookie versus being one of the world's, most famous and uptown opera guys. The standards of professional are going to be different in terms of what you need, what you demand, what you expect, what the audience expects from you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what you need in a venue. Is there a sound guy?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna look up Pavarotti's rider and use it as my own.
You should. So much
God.
cape storage.
So much what?
Cape storage. Hasn't he taken a page out of Liberace's?
Oh, I don't know.
And doesn't he also wear capes? I don't know.
Assume that was a Lando Calrissian reference. So yes.
It was a Liberace.
Cape storage.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know what else Pavarotti needs. That's why I got to look it up.
Okay, notes here. Our Tennessee guy says, when I started getting into Ren fairs and looking into costume, I came across this advice. When a patron comes up and says, "Aren't you hot in that?" Just say, "Why, thank you."
Yep.
Absolutely. Or as London Broyle says, come and see three men who dress like couches. Sir Whitebat says, you can do a little retro with ASCI art. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
I see. Maybe that's the thing when you're making pictures out of characters. Because if you look, he made like a little cat face out of.
Oh, right.
My favorite one is the guy going, and I don't know how to do it, but I think you need Chinese characters to do it.
That's awesome.
I think it's like, or a Mac, not a Mac, or a PC.
Right.
Life choices.
Land of Capes, yes. So I took one of my kids. One of my kids is pretty fabulous. And when we went to go see, the Han Solo movie, which really was the Lando Calrissian movie.
Yes. 100%.
And like my heart of hearts, I'm a Han Solo girl. But like in that movie, it was like, good. Han Solo was a great avenue to get a look into Lando Calrissian's closet. My kid was like, you can have cape storage on a spaceship? I want that.
And if you're Lando.
Exactly. And I was like, yes, this is so relatable. Is it bad if I eat my lunch now? Like, I couldn't get up if that's the polite thing because it's not watching on to eat lunch.
Eating and talking.
I have to go do all the afternoon attendant good things.
I mean, we've got a little less than 30 minutes left. So we're just rapping about the glamour hobo life and cape storage.
Right.
So the other useful thing for venues to know is do they have parking?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have fire insurance? Like this place allows fire, this place allows water. They have a place for you to park. It's safe to park in this neighborhood with your stuff in your van, like all sorts of stuff that maybe you want to just keep quiet, but it's not about like secretly talking shit. It's actually about communicating from performer to performer about safety or about resources. But you get into the weeds pretty fast about like what you want to say or what you want to talk about.
An ideal thing for me would be, as a female performer, does this venue have your back?
Yeah.
Run, probably hundreds of burlesque shows, right? Of all sizes. I have been a belly dancer in venues all over the country and abroad. It's a big difference if you're like belly dancing in a restaurant that is run by people who have so much unreviewed misogyny that like, if somebody is inappropriate, because like a belly dancing in a restaurant should be 100% family friendly, right? Like traditionally, the kids are there, grandma's there. But if you get some drunken Yahoo Chad being inappropriate, you want to know if the venue is going to have your back.
Yep.
If you are just going to spend the rest of your shift smiling and trying to get away from a bunch of jerks,
Yep.
Like it helps hugely to know that the venue's like, oh, we'll take care of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
For burlesque performers, it's like, you should know how to handle hecklers to a certain point, but there is a point when you may need help and a venue may not be there for you.
Absolutely.
You can't all give somebody a seizure all the time.
Right. But also even I know for you and for me more and more now is there like a natural food store nearby or like gluten-free or dairy-free food instead of like, yeah, we'll feed you, but all we have is hot wings and, fritters made with wheat.
Right. It's all, I just can't eat club food at this point in my life.
Yeah.
Job,
Absolutely. So if that's part of your contract that you get fed dinner, or you could also say you need to give me $25 worth of money so I can buy dinner because I cannot eat your food.
What I used to say when I was traveling, they would pick me up at the airport and I would say, thank you so much. Can we go directly to a Whole Foods and to a liquor store?
Yep.
That was part of the thing so that I knew that or pharmacy, whatever, anything I needed. If it was like, I feel a little run down, I don't want to be totally sick by the end of the weekend. It was just like I wasn't there to be a prima donna, but I never want to assume that somebody can run an event and take care of me. Just give me the opportunity to go. I'll buy my food for the weekend. I will have it in my hotel room. I can get, I won't find myself confronted by a bunch of beer that I can't drink, at an after party. because everybody assumes that that's your jam.
Or
You know,
wine.
yeah, like I don't drink beer, right? So that was the thing that I learned to be like, thank you so much. Take me directly to the Whole Foods, please. And I hate to put money in Whole Foods' pocket, but any place I flew in America, I was probably going to drive by something Bezos owned on the way back from the airport.
Yeah. Truth.
So, or a whole paycheck, as one of my Renfair performers calls it.
Yep. I learned that. Definitely stabbed myself. It was bound to happen when you're hand sewing something. Bound.
Are you making a move now, or what are you doing? Are you mooping?
Are you talking to me or Carmel?
Kitty.
I'm not making a move.
Well, she just said she stabbed herself, and that's what I do like 90% of the time when I'm working on needle felting. So I was like, oh, is Carmel needle felting too?
Right. Well, it made me, I looked up,
Yes.
you were in the same position with your hands the same way, and it almost looked like you were doing the same craft. Mhm.
Yeah. This loop is coming along.
Oh my God. So cute. It's moop-tastic.
Do you name them when you make them?
I like to let the what is it called when you adopt a moop? I like to let that person name them.
Yes. Their new forever home. New forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The adoptive parents.
Well, they usually, when you adopt kittens and stuff, they usually give them a name to personalize them. No,
actually,
you change them.
the ones that I can't remember people's real names and then their screen names, and I get them mixed up. But we called that one Moop Prime,
Mm-hmm.
and then they named him. Oh God, they said it earlier in the freaking, and I can't remember. He's got a long name, but then they have the shortened version.
Aw. Theo.
I'm looking. Theo. Thank
That's
you.
great.
Thank
So
you.
because of the blood, there's
Theo,
a little bit
OG
of kitty
Moop.
in every moop. That's awesome. A little bit of kitty in every moop, and that little bit is blood cells.
Yep.
Theo OG Moop. Nice. That's awesome. When we got our cat Tittles, Tittles von Crowbar, he came with a name that was never going to stick in my lifetime, which was Peyton. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that name, but like, there's nothing about our family
Is he a lacrosse captain? Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. So, and as speaking as a former lacrosse player, not Peyton. I was like, sorry, hey cat, welcome to our lives. Your name is Tittles now. Or Kevin Lardo, as Carmel calls him.
Kevin Lardo. Yeah.
Ooh, so Tommy said, if I ever get a moop, I can clone Kitty from it because of the blood cells.
Yeah. Tommy, you are getting your moop. I promise, eventually.
It'll happen.
Mooped him as Prime.
It'll happen.
Mm.
Oh, this is gonna look so rad. Not just because it's red, but it's gonna look fucking rad.
What are you actually making, Carmel? I'm sorry.
I'm actually doing the binding around these stays that Christy gave me.
Oh, nice.
Because she never finished them because she realized they were too small. So now I am finishing them off.
Awesome.
So they're going to be this purple and red situation.
Mm-hmm.
She already put red,
Like accents or anything.
Yeah, for the thing, but I've decided to hand stitch all of this. Was that wise? I don't know, but it's
You don't know shows to write.
It's certainly keeping me in my hands and instead of in front of a screen. Like I'm in front of a screen, but I'm not keeping my eyes in the blue light.
Right.
So it's healthier in that way.
The people are hoping to clone Kitty.
Yeah, so Reverend Tommy's gonna harvest my blood from his moop, and then somehow they're gonna convert that into some sort of filament, and then just some guy is gonna 3D print a kitty, and that'll be great because then I could be in two places at once.
How
many
are
are you
you
guys gonna
feeling
make?
about
Can I
that?
have one?
Great.
If you're comfortable with that, that sounds like a great solution.
Yeah, I guess so. I think I don't. You know, when I was a kid, I always wished that I had a twin so that I would have someone to play with all the time.
Oh,
So, yeah, clone me.
Clone me like one of your French girls.
like one of your what do they call those things? Geeks? You know, the Dolly the clone.
Dolly the sheep. Yeah.
Hilarious. Hilarious sauce. The same person who made the period specific stays that Carmel is working on is actually making me a summer weight Thekla dress to wear.
Woohoo!
Because basically I have a fancy piece of gorgeous but very itchy, aged, like it's like a gold Grecian lingerie kind of situation. It was very cool, but like it's probably older than I am. And I was like, make something like this, but not itchy, that I can wear to the fair as a person who cannot wear lots and lots of clothes in the summer, or I will go insane. So I would like to.
Some days I wake up and she's just in a bikini in the yard already, and I'm like, it's 50 degrees. What's going on here? She's like, it's sunny. It's gonna get hotter. I'm just dressed for the weather that I want, not the weather that we have.
I want to be going to be the change I want to see in the world.
That's right.
Right.
What is happening? I had a question for the group, but now I've forgotten what it was. Something about New Jersey.
Very appropriate costuming.
Something about, I don't know. I've lost track. Is anyone else watching Shadow and Bone on Netflix? For you,
I heard it was good though.
Oh, it's real good, and the books it's based on are excellent as well. So it's a high fantasy meets like 1800s industrializing Russia world, and it's so good. It's hitting all of my buttons.
A bunch of the people are saying yes. Oh, and Bill says he does have a twin, so hilarious.
That's so funny.
My kid was my dead ringer for a number of years, so it was like looking at myself, but now it's like looking at myself grow a giant beard. So, like the Bizarro Universe twin.
Oh my god!
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you noticed my Alan Alda eyebrows.
What?
They're my eyebrows are a little like, you know, it's that thing. I actually dyed them the other day, but when you do that, it's like inevitably they end up looking a little bit like Groucho Marx.
Yeah,
they're just a little more emphatic than usual. Even when I woke up this morning, and it looked a little bit like I had drawn them on with Sharpie. You know, 2 days from now they'll be a little bit more even. But
Alan Alda. Oh my god!
Right, you know, and his eyebrows were the Groucho Marx eyebrows. So that's a fine comic legacy to be part of, unless you're hoping to be glamorous.
Why bother? Why be beautiful when you can be memorable? If you have to choose, I would choose memorable, but you can be both. Some people can manage it. So you planted okra this morning?
Yes. Yeah, I put in the okra.
That's exciting. They grew so big last year.
Yes, and we're going to be awash in okra, so I am going to be frying many of them. Today I put in more calendula. It's all in the ground.
Yay!
We're so tired and thirsty. Please put us in the ground. I put in the cucumbers. I put in the things that are similar to that. I put in all the watermelons. I put in the summer squash. I have a bush bean and some pumpkins that need to go in the ground. We're at the part where I'm like, where else do we have exposed dirt? Because I hate to have these plants perish for lack of a place to go.
Right.
And we still have all this broccoli and yellow chard that I need to find a place for. So,
right. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to drop the Diamond and Shadow Apparel link in the chat, since we've mentioned them now 3 times.
Diamond and Shadow Apparel.
Yep.
This is when I walked out of the room.
That's the person who made her stays and made my Thekla. So they actually made that my I'm here to help Paulo Garbanzo with merch outfit. Oh, she made Paulo's fancy. You're not seeing it right now, but his like super schmancy new Renaissance costume that's all like gold and it's super Italian looking. It's like blindingly blue and gold. Like So anyway, she's crafty.
She's local and we really like her. She does like for a while she's been doing like custom bridal stuff for people, like custom spooky alternative bridal stuff. But she also does like historical dress more and more. And so
She did costuming for movies and stuff too.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes. So but she's making me a stilt costume. She made my big stilt pants that are actually adjustable. She made big bell bottoms that snap on at the bottom in tiers, so you can, if you change the height of your stilts, you can actually change the height of the pants, which is
They
really
look like
cool.
something David Bowie would wear.
Yeah.
From another planet.
And she's making me a giant bat-winged like epaulette bolero to go with it, so I will look like I'm from space.
Yeah.
Very, very excited about it.
She's a plant person. We went to a plant sale together the other day.
She is, yes.
Yes, she's a plant person. So we're in the same like sustainable living nerd group.
Yes.
All in our own ways. Well, I am going to jump out now that I have eaten and fixed my pants. I'm going to go get ready to do some of the other things I need to do today.
Great. And we're going to wrap up actually. I'd say we're well in our times, unless Kitty, do you want to pump anything before we go?
I did have one question. I'd run out of room to get more of the main moop wool. And I was wondering if anybody could remember the name of the family that the rich moop family that we went and got the dead body for.
Oh yeah.
The like moop empire and the crazy princess that we
yes,
got the castle from.
Yes.
This is pre Carmela's Metatron, so someone else is gonna have to remember.
Yeah, normally that the Gambellini
like
were ensuring for and against. I remember all the stuff
seasons ago. Yeah, this was 2 seasons ago. I can't remember the name of the family. Oh well. But I just wanna yes, Paolo is the princess. You look very pretty. I wanna put a new label on this and make it their brand.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Even though nobody sees this but me. Well, you guys are seeing it now.
Stay in the game.
The internet is with you.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you know who will know is Princess Paulo.
Princess Paolo will know.
When we play Lunch Money, he becomes Sister Paulina. That's his Catholic schoolgirl name. So,
of course it is.
I'm Kathleen because that's my, mean Catholic school Irish girl name, Kathleen O'Leary.
Oh my God, can't even.
Actual middle name. I'll see you later. Nice to see your faces.
Bye.
Thank you for all listening. Have fun.
Ciao.
Bye.
All right, Kitty, it has been a pleasure as always to see you.
Absolutely, you as well.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh wait, we gotta say the thing.
What's the thing?
There's no such thing as critical fails, just critical little accidents.
Sure.
That's the thing. That's the thing we say at the end of this show.
There are no such thing as critical failures.
Just critical little accidents.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.